into the future. Good morning. Good into the good 120 minutes.
And good Sunday evening to you, and Monday morning, I suppose, depending on where you're watching. I'm Louis Largent. I'm with you for 120 minutes on MTV, which is the best in alternative music video, every Sunday night at midnight and 11 o'clock Central. Tonight, very excited. A band I love a lot, the Goo Goo Dolls, are going to be here, and so are videos from Ned's Atomic Dustbin, Primus, Robin Hitchcock and the Egyptians, and Belly. Plus, that's not all, folks. Plus, brand new clips from The Pursuit of Happiness, Velocity Girl, Crush, and King Missile. And 1 hour from now, we're going to be world premiering the brand new video from Midnight Oil. In 10 minutes, if that's not enough, we're going to have the planet's first look at the new one from Dinosaur Jr. And right now, here it is, the world premiere video from one of the most anticipated alternative records of the year. Everybody's wondering what this guy's been up to. Perry Farrell's new band, Porno for Pyros, and the group also features former Jane's Addiction guy, Stephen Perkins on drums, bassist Martin Lee Noble from Thelonious Monster, and guitarist Peter DeStefano, from the Venice surf band K38. Their self-titled debut album hits the stores next Tuesday, April 27th. The first single is based on a rather interesting person who lives in Los Angeles, a female lesbian prostitute who dresses up as a man for homosexual men in order to get drug money. It's very interesting. Check it out. Expect nothing less from Perry Farrell. Cursed Female from Porno for Pyros. From their great debut album, Godfather. That's the Ned's Atomic Dustbin with Grace Hill Green. It's 120 minutes with me, Louis Largent, the Goo Goo Dolls. They're here tonight, and I'll be talking with them in just a few minutes. We've also got the latest from Primus and a world premiere from Midnight Oil. That's all on the way. But first, another world premiere video for you. It's J Mascis and Dinosaur Jr. with the second video off their fifth album, Where You Been? The planet's first look at Out There.
We're just making records, and I mean, every one sold more than the last one, and so at least we're going up still.
Why you no rhythm, afraid of women, asexual, pseudo-intellectual, ball mount, Fuji-shaped head, no booty, having big nose, size 13 feet, pigeon-toed, crook-footed, Taco Bell, burrito, supreme, eating, daydreaming, no jump shot, can't dunk, comic book reading, nutrition, eating, knock, need, sapsucker, non-driving, anti-fashion, constantly depressed, clumsy, no money, take your weak-ass poems and go back to Los Angeles.
Combinations are there?
Combinations?
Fruit flavor combinations.
Are in every bag of Skittles.
Skittles. Well, there's Grapefulberry.
What? It's a name thing.
Like Lemon. No,
what?
no, like lemon, lime, and orange.
See, every Skittles combination
is a new taste with a new name. New taste, new name. New taste, new name. Oh, I get it. Strawberry. Lemon, orange. Orange, remember them? Perhaps not. So how many combinations are there in every bag of Skittles? Bite-sized candies? Find out for yourself. Taste the rainbow. Can I try it again?
I know basketball. I used to ref the pros. And out here, well, sure, this is not as serious. How can it be? But with no uniforms, no coaches, no announcers, and especially no referees. How real can a game be with no referee? I mean, next thing you know, someone catches an elbow. Who's gonna call it? See? Blatant lane violation, no call.
Meet Mr. Build. We're a team of professionals that will take care of all of your property needs.
All of my property needs?
I'll show you what we do. Electrical, painting, plumbing, landscaping, architecture, roofing, general contracting, remodeling, design, insulation, glass and mirror, fencing, and tuck pointing.
Wow.
We do it all. Commercial, residential, and institutional. Trust Mr. Build. Call 513-5588. Mr. Build. For people who want things done right.
Here come the oohs, here come the ahs.
Here come the savings on hot spring spas.
Put a soothing hot spring into your backyard this winter. Save on a hot spring portable spa at Clearwater Hot Tubs Hot Winter Sale, going on now.
Clearwater Hot Tubs Hot Winter Sale.
This is Frank Black, and you're watching 120 Minutes on MTV.
120 minutes.
Thanks a lot, Frank, and be sure you stay tuned for a world premiere from Midnight Oil here on 120 Minutes, as well as the latest from Primus. My name is Louis Largent. We got special guests in the studio, and they are the band the Goo Goo Dolls. And this is Johnny, this is George, and that's Robbie. And Robbie plays bass, George plays drums, and you play guitar, and you guys both sing.
Correct.
And, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause, they're not from Seattle.
Thank you.
From probably the most unobvious place for a band to be, I can't think of off the top of my head any band that is from Buffalo, New York. And we were talking earlier that is there in fact a burgeoning Buffalo scene, and there's some names that weren't too obvious that are from Buffalo that you guys mentioned.
Yeah, Rick James is from Buffalo, and Joe Public.
Right.
And Billy Sheehan, Mr. Big.
Mr. Big bass player?
Mr. Big shot bass player.
Mr. Big and Mr. Big.
And Doc Severinsen lives there now.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he lives there now. He hangs out in a little suburb called Orchard Park, I believe.
Now, what kind of music scene is there in Buffalo? Is there a...
I think the scene's pretty small in itself. There's not a lot of clubs to play and stuff. We've kind of, you know, our group of friends have kind of been bringing shows for a long time, but it's a lot of bands, just not a lot of places for the bands to play.
There's not a lot of venues for for the bands to get into and stuff. You know, there's a real big kind of cover band scene.
Right.
You know, a lot of those Crystal Mist kind of bands like with names like that, you know.
But it's shrinking rapidly.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Did you guys, now first of all, how did you guys all meet each other? Were you guys lifelong friends, which it seems like you are, just not knowing you at all really. And did you guys start out as a cover band? Was that your thing at first?
No, just foolish college kids, you know.
We played a lot of covers when we first started because we didn't have enough material to do a whole set, you know. So we were.
What were some great covers that you did early on?
We covered like Steve Miller and Blue Oyster Cult and you know, Cream.
Did you do Godzilla?
No, we didn't do Godzilla.
We probably tried
wound
at
up
one
doing
point.
Godzilla, but you know.
And then so did you guys all meet each other in college?
Yeah. All running around, hanging out in the college ghetto together, you know, in Buffalo.
And did you all have particular instruments at the time, or did you go, well, I can kind of play guitar, and well, you want to be in the band too, so why don't you play the bass? Did it happen like that?
Well, actually, they were in separate bands, and I kind of played with each of their bands, and then I was into sort of different things than they were, and we kind of found each other interesting, I think. Because no one else did.
I mean, me and George were really into I was more into the hardcore kind of punk rock stuff, you know, and you know, obviously into, you know, that mid '80s, you know, Midwestern sound kind of thing, which was great. You know, it's still great stuff. It was just the only real form of rock and roll which was going on at the time, you know. And you know, we all found each other, just said, hey man, let's do a band. You know, we had a keyboard player in our band for the first rehearsal. But
kind of the Pete Best of the group.
Yeah, she's gone.
Or she.
She was gone after that.
Well, we're going to have more from the Goo Goo Dolls later on. Right now, from San Francisco, it's Primus. They just had their last album, Sailing the Seas of Cheese, certified gold. This is a video from their third album, Pork Soda. It's called My Name is Mud.
The song is basically about a guy that kills another guy with an aluminum baseball bat because he steps on his shoes. That pretty much sums it up right there.
sailing and shoring, dancing the bitter can-can, making me foreign. Oh yeah.
From their 1990 album, Hold Me Up. That's Goo Goo Dolls with There You Are here in 120 minutes. And here they are. That video was filmed in a baseball stadium in Buffalo, New York.
That's right, with the Spinal Tap haircuts.
And Richard Marx saw that video probably when it was here on 120 Minutes when it debuted and said, what a concept for a video. I'm going to film mine in a baseball stadium.
Yeah, because he's more famous than we'll probably ever be, so he can do those kind of things.
Right, except you didn't have the dramatic, the game-winning home run.
No fantasy sequences.
See, these guys are they're true innovators because also, if Johnny used to have long hair in that video, as you can see, and quite coincidentally, or not quite coincidentally, I think, Bon Jovi saw that do and said, gotta have it. And then, you cut your hair, and then Bon Jovi said,
me and John are old friends.
Right.
You know, we're a couple of old New Jersey guys, even though I'm from Buffalo.
Right.
And, he called me up and said, Johnny, what do you think I can do, you know? It's just not like it used to be in the mid-'80s, you know, the long raincoat with the sequins on, it's just not working anymore. I said, John, cut your hair off. You know?
Right.
And he said, all right. Yeah, I said, look, I'll do it if you do it. And I said, okay, I'll do it. And then that's how we got it going.
Okay, your new album, Superstar Car Wash, it is your 4th.
Correct.
And I'm gonna stroke your ego and say it is your best album today. We're gonna talk more about that later. It was a former top 10 alternative album, and we're gonna look at this week's top 10 as well as coming back with the Goo Goo Dolls later on.
MTV needs you to choose the winners so we can award the worthy on the MTV Movie Awards. Join Demi Moore, Dana Carvey, and Chris Connolly for the MTV Movie Awards nomination special and find out how you can be the judge. Wednesday night on MTV.
You want healthy, shiny hair? It comes from the inside out. My hair wasn't always so healthy. Now I use Pantene Pro V shampoo and treatment conditioner every day. Pantene Pro V has special provitamins. They penetrate to improve hair all the way to the tip. So what you get is healthy, shiny Pantene hair.
Pantene Pro V for hair so healthy it shines.
Don't go another day without it.
Levi's shorts. A loose interpretation of the original.
Chew on this. Every month, over 100 million of us go out for breakfast, and almost nobody brings a toothbrush. Now, chew on this. Great tasting Trident actually helps fight cavities when you chew it after meals. So when you can't brush, chew on this. Trident. Chew on this. Nearly 7 out of 10 of us usually don't brush after lunch, especially lunches on the run. Now, chew on this. Great tasting Trident actually helps fight cavities when you chew it after meals. So when you can't brush, chew on this. Trident.
I got a new taste that's pure delight. New Pringles sour cream and onion light. That's right. Rich sour cream and tangy onion. Mmm, that taste is really something, cause the dip is in the chips, so delicious on your lips. Look, compare Pringles to regular chips. Pringles have less fat and they're less greasy too. The proof's in front of you. So grab a bunch of this, not that, and get a whole lot of taste and less of the fat. New Pringles sour cream and onion light. That's right. Once you pop, you, and you can't stop.
The ultimate technology and the ultimate challenge for Don Merrick. Don is Senior Flight Test Engineer for Computer Sciences Corporation and a DeVry graduate.
My military experience gave me career training, so going to DeVry was natural.
A DeVry education fits the fast pace of today's technology.
DeVry was to the point, real world.
Get a real-world education. Call now, 1-800-247-7800. DeVry, we're serious about success.
Hi, I'm Tanya Donnelly from Belly, and you're watching 120 Minutes.
120 Minutes.
And we have Belly's Feed the Tree coming up later on, and it's a video that surprised a lot of people. It's so successful that caught a lot of people by surprise. And you may have noticed earlier that Belly's debut album Star is #1 again on America's alternative radio chart. That makes it 9 weeks straight for Tanya Donnelly's new band, and that breaks the all-time record of 8 weeks shared by, listen to this illustrious company of bands and artists: Love and Rockets, Kate Bush, Peter Murphy, Sonic Youth, and Robin Hitchcock and his band, the Egyptians, who first set the mark way back in 1988 with the Globe of Frogs album. And now they've got a new record in the stores. It's called Respect, and here's a report.
The gates of wisdom. Who did you see?
Robin Hitchcock and the Egyptians are back with their first album in 2 years. And unlike most Egyptians albums, the title is pretty straightforward.
Well, respect is what everybody wants, really. And it's an interesting concept. And I just like the idea of meditating on respect rather than the kind of titles I usually have. You know, people expect me to come up with some kind of, okay, so I've led them into this, but people expect me to come up with some kind of wacky, otherworldly title that shows how, you know, what a far-out little brain Robin Hitchcock has got, which really isn't what I'm interested in anymore. The Yip song is just a load of people assenting to a useless operation that's going to be made on someone who's going to die anyway, and they're all going, yip, 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 do it, do it, do it, slice his spine up, slice his spine up. You know, put a ladder in, put a ladder in. Actually, the Yip song's got quite a lot of words in it, but Arms of Love hasn't got too many words in.
Maybe the sky's fading. Maybe your moon is rough. Through all the dirt, you're waiting into the arms of love.
I don't care if I write songs with one chord and 3 words. That's what I'm aiming at now. I want to get fewer and fewer words into songs.
Along with Hitchcock's change in songwriting philosophy comes a visual shift back to the future with original Egyptians video director Tony Moon.
We very much played the corporate game on the last few records because it was stressed that it was in our interests to use professional directors because it would present us better in a more marketable light, and we thought, what the hell, we've been around for years, you know. But in fact, all it wound up doing is it wasn't us, it was presented. It was like, you know, being in drag. It was like being in someone else's dream, being in someone else's nightmare. I mean, I don't question the competence of the directors that we worked with, but it wasn't us. I don't get someone else in to sing my songs. I don't get someone else in to draw my, you know, do my paintings. Oh, that's great, Robin. What a great idea for a painting. Now, why don't we get Picasso in to do it properly, you know? So I don't see why we should get someone else in to present our visual. The new one we've got has got really, I really like the lighting. I even like the way I'm presented, and I'm not very keen on presenting myself, but I think, you know, speaking as a piece of product, speaking as a can of beans, I'm very happy can of beans about this video.
you, dude, if you'd only request. Everything you say is like iron. It smashes me up, but it's brittle inside.
from their third album, The Downward Road, that is Canadian, more specifically Toronto's The Pursuit of Happiness with Cigarette Dangles here on 120 Minutes. I'm Louis Largent. My special guests tonight are the Goo Goo Dolls, and the new album is called Superstar Car Wash. Looks like it's going to be your most successful record to date. So far it is. Why do you think that is? My personal opinion, I think this is probably the best produced record you've ever made. Would you agree with that?
Well, I think we had money this time for the first time to make a real record. You know, we spent a lot of time with our old producer working on a lot of pre-production stuff. His name's John Petrie, and then Gavin came in and kind of buffed out the rough edges that we still had to go. And
I mean, we were working with a bigger record label as well. You know, I mean, we're with Warner Brothers now, so it was like, you know, they were more knowledgeable about what we were all about. You know, as opposed to Metal Blade. You know, is the songwriting becoming easier? Are you becoming more prolific, and as you mature in your older years, in your mid to late 20s now? We're not so apt to write hardcore songs anymore. You know, I mean, kind of grow out of that. And get a little bit older. You know, I mean, not 20 anymore. So
I think we kind of wanted to do a different record this time. You know, there's no covers, there's no instrumentals. We've traditionally done a song with a friend of ours from Buffalo, Lance Diamond's his name, and this time we just wrote 14 songs and kind of wanted it to stand on itself. No gimmicks.
That does. It's a fine record. And speaking of Warner Brothers, who we were talking about earlier, on that fine label is also Belly, and actually Reprise Records, and that's coming up. They are going to be coming up with the video from their record-breaking #1 alternative album, and also world premiere from Midnight Oil, plus more with these guys, the Goo Goo Dolls, as 120 Minutes continues.
Hooray for us!
Yes.
The music revolution of the 90s has begun. The hottest new videos from the hugest stars, and there's more where that came from. MTV, a blaring blitzkrieg on boring broadcasting.
Hi, I'm Joe Salerno with Jones Intercable, here to tell you about an exciting opportunity for your business. If you're considering direct mail advertising next year, consider this. Jones Intercable now gives you the ability to combine the success of direct mail with the power of television. Through effective and affordable cable coops and television advertising on major cable networks, you can reach your targeted households in your market area. So increase your business and increase your advertising reach. Call Jones Intercable at 858-9929 and become a part of this exciting opportunity.
Dear Midas customers, some car repair shops advertise low prices, then hit you with hidden costs.
But at Midas, we won't quote you a price until we diagnose the problem and explain our estimate.
That's the Midas way, the way it should be.
Look for money-saving coupons in this month's channel guide at these participating dealers.
The ad said they were looking for the classic all-American beauty. So I thought to myself, hey.
Now McDonald's always has one extra value meal for $2.99. Might be this one, this one, this one, or to find out which extra value meal is $2.99, go to your local McDonald's. Because if you want to know, you gotta go. Come on, no food fights. You know McDonald's extra value meals come with golden fries and icy Coca-Cola, right? Good. You know there's now always one on the menu for $2.99. Okay. And you know which extra value meal is $2.99 at your McDonald's. No? Well, if you want to know, you gotta go.
It's not just another mint mouthwash. It fights black. And it fights the gum infection, gingivitis. It's Cool Mint Listerine Antiseptic. It fights bad breath with an exhilarating, cool, minty taste. No, it's not just another mint mouthwash. Cool Mint Listerine works like Listerine, tastes like cool mint.
How you be is how you be, and no one can tell you how to cut your hair. Always you. Always Coca-Cola.
120 minutes.
We are just 5 minutes away from a world premiere video from Midnight Oil here on 120 Minutes. I'm Louis Largent. Our special guests tonight are the Goo Goo Dolls, one of the great live bands. I hate to say this.
And we're feeling sexy today.
Yeah. You're looking sexy, feeling good, and I don't mean to stroke you guys again, but I'm going to because like your live show is unbelievable. I had the greatest time when I saw you in San Francisco. You guys must just wing it big time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like an improv thing, you know. We saw you at our last show too, man. You were out there. You were swimming over
Matter
people.
of fact, it looked like you were winging it.
I'm kind of bummed I never made it in the video, but I had a great time. And I remember you said, you go, God, you know it's going to be one of those nights when you hear Tommy two-tone 3 songs into the set. You guys ripped into 8675309. But do you have no set list? Do you just talk to each other and go, we're going to play this, we're going to play this?
No, we usually have a set list.
Yeah,
there's certain nights that are more conducive to
right.
8675309.
That was a punk rock show, you know. That was like okay, we may as well be in a basement with 100 of our friends drinking beer, you know, going nuts, and that was basically what the show was like, you know. So
you just got off the road with Soul Asylum. Did your show change to a more like maybe straightforward attack?
Sort of a Reader's Digest version of what we do. We had 40 minutes, you know, so it was pretty much planned out. You know,
well, you guys are going to be going back to Buffalo and then gearing up for the headlining tour that you're going to do fairly soon. Catch these guys. They are absolutely amazing live. I can vouch for them. We're going to continue talking with the Goo Goo Dolls, but speaking of playing live, Belly were here in New York playing New York City a couple weeks ago, and Allison Stewart from MTV News was there, and here is her report.
Tanya, what do you like about having your own band?
Oh dear.
She gets to boss my ass around.
That's right. I like the I don't know. I like working on my songs. In the past, I've been really uncomfortable on stage because I haven't been at the mic and I don't know what to do with myself. But I really, as long as I'm singing, I feel okay.
Don't leave me up here alone. Don't even think about going down there.
When you were looking for a new bass player, you would only look for women. Why was that initially? And how'd you find this one?
I wanted there to be more of a gender balance, and I feel cooler when there's a woman on stage with me. I feel stronger, which is not to say that I'm weak in the presence of men.
In fact, half of Belly are men. Brothers Chris and Tom Garman were friends of Donnelly's from their collective home state of Rhode Island.
When I left the Muses, I didn't know what I was going to do. I had no plans whatsoever, and thought of them first, and then Chris called me, so I took that as a sign. I didn't even audition anybody else. I enjoy playing. I don't necessarily enjoy touring, but I really enjoy playing.
Yeah,
so.
playing every night is actually a luxury for me at this point. Hopefully people won't be disappointed. They're expecting a really pristine what they hear on the album because it's not a precious show at all. You know, it's pretty loose and fun and loud. What's your favorite song to perform on stage? That is a good question.
What songs do we play?
Well, we play Feed the Tree, of course, the hit single.
Oh, that would be my favorite.
Everybody wants to know it. More than want to know the secret of the crying game. What does Feed the Tree mean?
Feed the Tree is, well, it's an antiquated word. Farming term for being dead, like pushing up daisies. Kind of like the fact that it's creepy.
Belly, where'd it come from? Really?
I honestly just needed a word.
Louis Largent with you for the second 60 of MTV's 120 Minutes. And coming up in the next hour, more conversation with the Goo Goo Dolls and great alternative music videos from The Goo Goo Dolls, Velocity Girl, New Order, Crush, Best Kissers in the World, Jesus Jones, and King Missile, and of course the proverbial a whole lots more. We're going to kick off the second hour with a world premiere video from Midnight Oil, the Oil's 8th album, not to be confused with Love and Rockets' Earth, Sun and Moon. This is Earth and Sun and Moon. It's going to be in the stores tomorrow, Tuesday, and recently they were here in New York, actually in Brooklyn. They were shooting the video for their first single, Truganini.
Hi everybody, on MTV, this is Peter Garrett and the Oils, and we're somewhere in Brooklyn.
There's a road train going nowhere.
Australian firebrands Midnight Oil took a few friends down under New York's Brooklyn Bridge last week to shoot Truganini, the first video from their upcoming album, Earth and Sun and Moon.
Truganini, yes, the last full-blood Tasmanian Aboriginal woman, died in 1876. But the song isn't only about Truganini. The song's about, in Australia, we're trying to get rid of the monarchy. It's been years, and we've got to, by 2001, it's our noble ambition to kick her right out.
On a chilly spring evening, Midnight Oil warmed up the crowd with bonfires and an abbreviated set of some old favorites. Lead singer Peter Garrett told us that the new album is, in some ways, back to basics for the Oils.
I think with Earth, Sun and Moon, we've just gone for emotion. I mean, people don't need to be reminded of the poo that's falling out of the sky, We've just got to figure out what we're going to do with it when it lands and how we're going to get our way through it.
To that end, Garrett has joined the international board of the environmental activist organization Greenpeace, and the band will once again play Earth Day shows this year.
Yeah, we're going to play Washington, D.C. at Merriweather Post for this Earth Day. We came across especially last year and played in Boston. It's worth doing again.
Beyond Earth Day, Midnight Oil plans to stay on the road for the better part of the year. As Peter Garrett says,
for Earth, Sun and Moon, we'll be playing somewhere near your town at some stage.
Gan Wiggs with Conjure Me. It's 120 minutes on MTV. I'm Louis Largent. These guys are the Goo Goo Dolls. We're about to look at We Are the Normal, which is the first single from Superstar Car Wash, and a song co-written by one of the gods of songwriting, Paul Westerberg.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's an interesting story behind the origin of this song.
No, but we could make one up. Well, that's what I was talking to him on the phone, and he was saying, make up a good lie, because it's really boring how we did it, I was like, so it was like, no, we did it through the mail. We sent him a cassette with the music on it, and then he popped it in his 4-track and wrote words over it, and sent it back, and then that was it.
That was that simple.
Then we recorded it, yeah. And he and it was really funny because he was like, well, listen, I'll make up this fake name to put on the record, okay? And then he got a copy of the finished version. He's like, you can put my real name on it. Yeah, it's a great song. So it was like, okay, man, cool, whatever you want to do.
Safeguarding himself,
Yeah. Did you know that you wanted to have a song with him on it, or was that just he just kind of did it on a whim and hoped it turned out okay?
I always loved his songwriting. I think he's one of the greatest writers, ever in rock, and it was like, it was kind of like, like Keith Richards getting to play with Chuck Berry.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Something like that. It was like one of your idols you get to work with. It was really great.
Now, you toured or opened up with them on their last tour. How did you end up hooking up? I mean, were you like huge fans before? Because he also likes you guys, and he actually sang in Alex Chilton, I Never Go Very Far Without the Goo Goo Dolls. So how was that first meeting?
A little weird,
Scary.
A little strange.
But have you ever? Well, never mind. I'm gonna say something.
No, go on, say it, man.
Have you ever met somebody who you really totally looked up to, and then blown it and said the stupidest things?
Oh yeah.
I did that with Westerberg. Actually, I met him a long time ago. Robbie and I went to his concert, and we brought our first album backstage. Our manager hooked it up, however, and I was like, wow, I'm meeting Paul Westerberg, and I hand him the album, and I was like, man, you were a big influence on me, and he's like, don't blame me. I was like,
and we don't.
You don't punk, man.
Okay, we're gonna look at We Are the Normal from the Goo Goo Dolls.
What beauty secret turned this ugly duckling into pop's most seductive songbird?
I want to know.
How has RuPaul helped mend Axel's broken heart?
I want to know.
What's really under LL's hat?
It's on MTV.
And who's been sleeping in Madonna's bed?
Who hasn't?
It's all on MTV for people with really inquiring minds.
Like me.
Hair in salon condition. Sassoon knows how that feels.
It's you, amplified. It's you, in the spotlight.
And we know how hard it is to keep that feeling at home. So we created special conditioners that disappear. Don't weigh hair down like others.
We'll give you the hair.
Sassoon hair, salon feel at home.
You take it from there and down Sassoon. We'll give you the hair. You take it from there.
Mommy says to clean in proper order. Glasses, silverware, dishes, then pans.
Or greasy.
Mommy never says you, Daddy.
Because Dawn cleans the greasiest grease. Dawn breaks it up and takes it away.
Oh no, we forgot a glass and the water's all greasy.
What are we gonna do? Let's do what Mommy would do. See? The glass isn't greasy. Neither are my hands.
It goes there.
I thought your mother was tough.
Dawn takes grease out of your way.
Flavor crystals? Try to get away with it in my class.
These dots indicate an explosive personality.
Cinnaburst with flavor crystals may not be suitable for adults.
As a consultant working on NASA projects, Deborah Pennington has taken her DeVry education a long way.
I'm working in real-time software, exploring new frontiers. DeVry opened up a whole new world for me.
At DeVry, you earn a bachelor's degree that meets today's challenges in business and technology.
With DeVry, success isn't that far away.
Call now, 1-800-247-7800. Day and evening classes available. DeVry, we're serious about success.
Here's the story. Burlow handcrafts every mattress right here in your own neighborhood. Each component is painstakingly designed to fit perfectly. Careful attention is given to correct symmetry and balance. That means you sleep better. And every Burlow is covered by the industry's most aggressive, non-prorated guarantee. Stop in at a Burlow mattress factory store and check out our quality, check out our comfort, and check out our price. I think you'll be impressed.
Burlow Mattress Factory, 3 convenient locations, Naperville, St. Charles, and Lombard.
Turn to FYI this Mother's Day and give your mom a gift that will delight and surprise her. A personalized Mother's Day video greeting on FYI. It's simple. All you need to do is stop by your local Jones Intercable office with a photo, your personal message, plus $20 cash, check, or money order. Hurry, this opportunity won't last forever. The deadline is April 26th. This Mother's Day, give your mom a special gift she'll always remember. A video greeting on FYI.
Sumner from New Order, and this is Stephen Morris.
From New Order, and you're watching 120 Minutes.
120 minutes.
And we got their latest video still on the way, their first in about a bazillion years. And also the best kissers in the world and a brand new band called Crush. I'm Louis Largent. This is MTV's 120 Minutes. These guys are the Goo Goo Dolls. They're from Buffalo. They are a rock band. And they have a new album out called Superstar Car Wash, which is based on
George? A car wash.
In Buffalo.
That simple, no other
Sonny's
reason.
Superstar Car Wash.
It stands on its own.
Best wash in town.
Do you know the owner? Was you or just
no? We drove by the car wash a lot, and we were just driving in the car talking about what the heck are we going to call our album, and it was right there, and we said let's call it Superstar Car Wash.
How does the songwriting process work for you guys? You do lead vocals on about half of them. You do about half. Does it? Do you guys all sit together and write?
It works all different ways. I mean, I wrote some songs by myself. We wrote some songs together. Robbie wrote some songs. I mean, everybody in the band does some writing, you know. So it's a good thing, you know. You get a good mix of ideas, and that kind of keeps it from following a pattern and getting really boring, 4 records into it. I mean, one person does all the writing, it's going to become formula.
Do you have to be in a certain state of mind to be writing? Do you ever think, like, usually, like, is it usually the more miserable you are, the more creative you are?
I was going to use that exact word.
The more anxious at 3 a.m. you are, I think the better you write. When you're like sitting there in your living room and you can't get to sleep, you can't do anything, and that tends to be the time when all these things.
When that
sleep deprivation is always good for creative energy.
A little bit of delirium.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get back to videos right now, and a brand new band called, they're from Silver Spring, Maryland, and they're called Velocity Girl on the famous Sub Pop label out of Seattle. Their debut album is called Copacetic, and their debut video is Audrey's Eyes. And I'm Louis Large, and I'm talking really funny. That's Seattle's Best Kissers in the World with Pickin' Flowers 4. Haven't really decided yet whether it's actually a good thing now or a bad thing to be from Seattle, but they are a good band, and they just got off the road with School of Fish. Check them out. It's MTV's 120 Minutes. I'm Louis Largent, and after the break, I'll be talking more with the Goo Goo Dolls, and we'll have a brand new video from a band featuring former members of Susie and the Banshees and Killing Joke, so stay with us.
Alice in Chains. Jade. naughty by nature. Belly. Who else would invite them all to the same party? MTV. The T is for variety.
Carrie Jacobson's a milk drinker. Once I saw her, I had to meet her. She says milk helps with shiny hair and beautiful skin. She's right, she's gorgeous. She gets a lot of attention. For me, she gets total attention. Milk does a body good.
You're on the set, and the lights come up, and the camera starts to roll. There's no place to hide. And even one flake of dandruff, even one, can ruin it all. That's why I use Head & Shoulders. You know, it's even better than it was just a couple of years ago. Today's Head & Shoulders gets to 10 times more of the places dandruff starts. Put it to the test. Prove it to yourself. Head & Shoulders and Head & Shoulders 2-in-1. Because great hair can't have flakes.
Nothing feels as good as laughing from the soul. Can't fake it.
It's important to know who you are.
I let them see me, who I am.
I'm proud of it.
Only one great tasting juicy flavor really gets you moving. Get your friends geared up, grab a stick of juicy fruit. The taste is gonna move ya. Juicy taste, going strong. The taste of juicy fruit is gonna move ya all day long. Juicy fruit is gonna move ya. Soft and sweet, gets right to ya. Juicy fruit, the taste is gonna move ya.
I got a new taste that's pure delight. New Pringles sour cream and onion light. That's right. Rich sour cream and tangy onion. Mmm, that taste is really something, cause the dip is in the chips, so delicious on your lips. Look, compare Pringles to regular chips. Pringles have less fat and they're less greasy too. The proof's in front of you. So grab a bunch of this, not that, and get a whole lot of taste and less of the fat. New Pringles sour cream and onion light. That's right. Once you pop, you, and you can't stop.
Question is, how can you make all those foods you love in a way you can feel better about?
Chef Bert Wolf.
Here's one good answer. 90% unsaturated Crisco oil. You see, when you're cooking with oil, you want to cut back on saturated fat. Compared to olive or corn oil, Crisco is lower in saturated fat. Crisco looks light, and there's no heavy oily taste. When you make what you love, make it smarter. Make it with Crisco.
Cooks who know, trust Crisco.
This Sunday afternoon, April 18th, Subway will attempt to reach your heart through your stomach. It's our Food for Food 93 food drive. Just bring in a can of food and you'll get a free 6-inch sub. Food for Food 93, because we don't think anyone should go hungry.
Chris, I'm just Roger the drummer.
I'm Patsy Cline, we're in King Missile, and you are watching 120 Minutes on MTV.
120 minutes.
And King Missile are going to be explaining, and they have quite a lot of explaining to do, the story behind Detachable Penis coming up in just a few minutes, and we're going to have a brand new video from them called Why Are We Trapped? This is 120 Minutes. I'm Louis Largent. These guys, the Goo Goo Dolls, have been here for the majority of the show. They got a brand new album called Superstar Car Wash.
And we are whipped.
And you are tired, and you're getting ready to go right now back to take a red eye back out to Buffalo. And what's your scoop for the rest of 1993? What's your plans?
I'm gonna do some more touring. About 2 weeks. Gonna leave. A band called The Muffs opening up for us, and
they're also on Warner Brothers, so that'll be a good double bill. You know, they're a new band. Actually, two of the girls were in the Pandoras, so they kind of have a history. And
wait a minute, let's make this exciting. What are we really gonna do?
We're gonna throw TV sets out windows,
out of hotel room windows.
But you gotta do it in the rock
drinks.
The whole thing.
Well, baby, you know. I'm going to throw a TV set out the window in every town in America. That's my goal for the end of the year.
So lock up your TV sets and
come and see us.
Please.
There's an awful lot of TV sets in this room, Louis.
That's right. Hey, lock all of you guys. Julie, Rick. You gonna make any more videos too? What's the next single? Can we?
Well,
has that been decided yet?
It's been a push and pull between a couple songs, Falling Down, Because You're Gone. So we'll have to see.
What do you think it should be?
I think it should be...
you make the decision.
This is national TV now, so this is going to pull some weight.
You know what song? This is this week's favorite song. As bright as you are, don't get burned by your lucky star.
There you go. Lucky star.
Hey, wait a minute. No, you're going to take my job away.
Believe me.
You know,
you're never going to take your job away.
You sing that pretty good.
I'll take yours.
Okay. The thing that keeps happening is they keep changing their minds. I mean, there's like, they seem to think there's a lot of good songs on there, but I guess it looked like it was going to be Because You're Gone or Falling Down. You know, so that's cool.
Thanks for coming by, you guys.
Thank you very much.
Enjoyable
Lewis.
to meet you guys. See them live. They're really great when they're on the road. And we're going to take a look at a brand new video right now from a New York-based band who's going to be hitting the road next month, and they're called Crush. You're going to recognize some of the people in this band. There's ex-Susie and the Banshees guitarist John Carruthers, ex-Killing Joke drummer Paul Ferguson, and vocalist Fred Schreck, who used to sing in a New York goth band called The Ancients. And Crush's self-titled debut album, it's in the stores. It just hit it. And their debut video is called The Rain, and here it is.
I damn grip too tight. It cuts my heart up inside. This sharp pain of regret, hold it closer and yet to the edge of the night. Oh, how can I define a sentence pure and refined? I found this place to hide, keep my innocence blind, keep my secret alive. I can't stop the rain. I can't bring your name. I don't feel today. I can't stop the rain. Seduced by vanity's pride, in desperation I find I left the sane world behind, ignoring substance and lies, but I'm barely alive. And with tremor and tear, love's young pleasure again. I tried to know your mind, some things you can't deny. I can only pretend. I can't stop the rain. I can't bring your name. I don't feel today. I can't stop the rain.
daily source for what's cool.
He's been like this ever since you gave him that MTV.
The music revolution will be televised!
MTV is strong medicine, Mrs. Nelson. We'll cut Buddy's dose in half.
But I love my MTV.
Well, I love my thermometer, but I take it out once in a while.
Oh, doctor.
MTV, your daily source for pep. Use only as directed.
You don't have to be stranded. You don't have to be alone. Mobiltel has a handheld portable phone or car phone that can keep you in touch. Mobiltel, a Cellular One sales and service center, gives you selection, service, and of course the best prices. Stop in and see why Mobiltel is simply the best.
Come in for a free 1-year rental on Motorola installed phones.
Hungry? Then Brandon's has a sandwich for you. Brandon's prides itself on using only quality Vienna meat products for all their menu selections. Try one of Brandon's hot dogs, homemade Italian beef and grilled chicken sandwiches, or a hearty half-pound ribeye steak sandwich. For something really unique, try Brandon's own special Sloppy Joe's or barbecue beef, made from our own 50-year-old recipe. Home-style recipes, great taste, and friendly service. What other reason do you need to come to Brandon's? Brandon's, located in downtown Wheaton, open for lunch and dinner, 119 West Front Street.
Sure. Unsure. Sure. Unsure. Sure. Unsure. When dryness really counts, be sure to be dry. Sure Solid has the most effective wetness-fighting ingredient you can buy. For dryness no one can beat. So you're either sure or unsure. Sure. Unsure. Be sure to be dry.
What? Is he gonna be there?
If you think your face is special, other people will too. So use Noxzema every time you wash. It's better than soap. Dissolves oil without over-drying for healthy-looking skin.
Your face belongs to Noxzema.
And here's a different kind of Noxzema, Noxzema Plus, with an added moisturizer plus a fresh scent for healthy-looking skin.
Your face belongs to Noxzema.
Interpretation of the original.
Thanks for staying up with 120 Minutes tonight. I'm Louis Largent, and thanks very much to the Goo Goo Dolls. I don't know if I made it really obvious at all how much I love them. I'm just like, oh my God, you guys are amazing, I love you. They're great. Go buy their album and especially see them on tour, and we want to thank them for dropping by tonight. And right now, the final video on 120 tonight from New York's King Missile with a new clip from their album Happy Hour. It's called Why Are We Trapped? But first, John S. Hall has some explaining to do about this whole detachable penis thing. Here it is.
New Yorker John S. Hall formed King Missile back in 1986, and since then a lot's changed, including the band's lineup and even the name.
Okay, used to be King Missile, Dogfly Religion. There was this guy, Dogbo, and it was me and him. This guy, Alex, he played sax, and Rebecca, she played the drums. That was the first record, and things went through changes. We had a cello player on the second record, and all different drummers from record to record. And then one day we got signed to another label, and it started to get sort of permanent. Now it's Dave, Chris, Roger, and John. I met Dave because we were both on the same label, and therefore we got each other's records for free, and we both liked each other's records. So when Dogball left the band, I cried and cried, and then I called up Dave, and he was living with Chris, and Dave and Chris both knew Roger, and King Missile. Happy Hour.
Confused? Well, Happy Hour is the name of the latest King Missile album, and it is exactly 60 minutes of songs about Martin Scorsese, a guy named Ed, and a removable sex organ.
I woke up this morning with a bad hangover, and my penis was missing again. This happens all the time. It's detachable. When I was about 12, I realized I had this special trick that I could do that nobody else could do.
No,
and
he's
then
lying. He can't
I wrote
do that.
detachable penis.
Can't really show it here, but for example.
Yeah, I think that's radio loves that. Loves that word.
They get to say penis. Oh boy. All right, next song is Why Are We Trapped? Boy, are they gonna have fun saying that, right? Why are we trapped?
That's King Missile with Why Are We Trapped? And that's the final video here on 120 Minutes tonight. And we definitely want to know what you thought of tonight's show, or just any of 120-minute shows in general. And be honest, we're big boys. We can take it good or bad. All you have to do is send it to 1515 Broadway, 24th floor, New York, New York, 136. We want to thank, again, the Goo Goo Dolls for stopping by, and thank you for watching. For 120 Minutes, I'm Louis Largent. Bye.
What I do, here I go, 'cause I can't stop the world.